What's up, guys? This is LTHG again. I'm going to be doing the final video on the Magno kit installation. This video is strictly for tuning after you get the kit installed. Let's go over some of the stuff you're going to need to do this. You need your LPR test gauge and your exhaust valve test gauge. I find it easy if you have your stock valve stem. You can do it with the Magno one, but I find it easier this way. You're going to need a 4mm wrench, a 2mm wrench, and a 3mm wrench. You need a tank with some air in it, and of course your A1. Alright, let's start off by removing the barrel, and then taking off the valve cover. Use your 4mm wrench to do that. And if you can't do this step, stop now. Pull it out, set it aside, tilt the gun on the side with the LPR tube facing up, and rattle out your Magno valve stem. Take the exhaust valve tester, flip it over. You're going to see the large hole in the center, and take your valve stem and stick it in the hole so the assembly kind of looks like this. This is all being done with your old valve stem, by the way. And once you have that, you're going to take the gun and you're going to slide the old valve stem into the gun. Feel around a little bit and you'll eventually feel the stock valve stem slide into the valve. It's important to make sure you do that, otherwise you're just going to get a huge leak. Once you feel it slide into place, screw your valve in. So now you have a valve sticking out of the front of the gun acting as the valve cap. If you want to make sure that you have the valve stem in the valve properly, you can open up your breech, slide out the bolt, and if you look in there, I don't know if my camera will let you see it, but you can see that the valve stem is inside the valve and seated properly. Once you verify that that's in there correctly, you can close up your breech again. Make sure you lock it back down. Alright, from here, we're going to gas up the gun. Alright, and after the gun is gassed up, you will see your first official reading. It's got a lot of glare on it, but you can see 200 PSI is right there, that red line. And as you can see, I'm a little bit above it. So what that tells me is that I need to turn the velocity screw in to lower the pressure. So you're gonna turn on your gun so you can shoot it. Got that 2.7 software on there. Gotta love that. Shut off your eyes. And slowly adjust the velocity. Start off with small increments at first, because if you do it too large, you will make a huge difference and you'll be guessing forever. If your parents get mad, cover up the thing so it doesn't make a loud noise. Shoot it a couple times and you'll see that the gauge does lower. As you can see, I still need to go a little bit farther, so I'm going to screw it in a little bit more. And just so you guys know, if the velocity is under 200, or if the gauge is reading under 200, you're going to need to back the screw out to raise it. And if it's above it, you're going to need to push it in to lower it. I'm still a little bit above it, so I'm going to give it one final turn to tighten it in there. We are done with the front of the gun. As you can see, it is right on the money at 200 PSI. So, With that being said, unscrew your ASA, let the gun bleed a little bit of air, take off your tank, make sure that the tank is off, and make sure that you get rid of any extra air in the gun before unscrewing this. The target pressure you're going for here is 200 psi on the exhaust valve. Once you remove the gauge, take your stock pin out of there. It's done its work. Make sure you shut your gun off so you don't waste your battery. And now we're ready to install the Magno valve, or Magno stem. With the LPR side of the gun facing up, set the stem in there and slowly jiggle it around until it slides into the hole. This is the easiest way I've found to do this, because if you do it any other way, the stem will sometimes go into the LPR tube of the gun, and then you gotta fish it out of there. Once it's seated, you can see it real nice right there. Take your Magno valve cap, thread it back on the front of the gun carefully, and just make sure you don't strip out any of the threads. And you are done setting the exhaust valve.